This is Monty, once again from DPL Surveillance Equipment. Back again, doing my morning chores, of course, as usual. Wiping down my car, listening to YouTubers talk about Bitcoin and the state of the Bitcoin economy, reviewing what's happening in the traditional financial markets, listening to my Bloomberg, trying to get caught up on what's happening in the traditional financial markets and such. A number of different things are unfolding. By the way, this is Monty Henry, owner of DPL Surveillance Equipment. We're a full-service surveillance and security equipment company. We have lifetime guarantees and warranties on all the products. We have 24/7, 365 tech sales and customer support. We have the largest inventory of items that not only can you buy, but you can rent and lay away as well. We have the largest video library where you can review products, take a look at them, see how they operate, see what they look like. Read articles on very interesting subjects. Hopefully they're interesting. Some of them are about, you name it, technology, innovations. Some of them about health and fitness. Some of them about you name it, electronic harassment, all sorts of different things. Just go there and take a look. Surveillance, counter-surveillance, of course, but everything imaginable I think I've been writing on. So the articles and the podcasts and the blogs are all free. Go there and take advantage and read and share and let me know what you think, okay? What else? Other than that, we revamped the website. I think it looks good. It's coming together just fine. Should be easy to navigate, easy to view on your mobile phones. Should come up in the search engines. The primary focus is rental. So when you type in alarm clock rental, GPS tracker rental, nanny camera rental, certain things, as long as they're associated with rental, should come up just fine. So anyway, that's the focus. So that's what the keywords are optimized for finding the website if you're searching. Now getting right into the stories or some of the things that are going on that you guys may find kind of interesting. Trump is finally waking up to reality. Now, what the hell do I mean by that? Well, this idiot finally realized, and I got to put this in the proper context, the Federal Reserve has been given the authority by Congress to print money out of thin air. Okay, so our Federal Reserve, which is equivalent to the central bankers all over the world, Congress in the United States has delegated the authority to print money out of thin air to the Federal Reserve. And then the Federal Reserve charges us interest, and we supposedly pay them back when we pay our taxes and all that other stuff. Not to mention when they throw the economy into a recession, then all of the bankers and various people, they get to take back all of the assets that you guys work so hard for. And they plan this to operate in this manner without regard to the Constitution. And this has been going on for like 150 years or so. And anyway, the Federal Reserve, I think they figure it's time to throw the economy into another recession. They look at how hard you guys are working, the fact that some of you are getting ahead, you're buying houses, you're buying cars, you're starting businesses. So, as far as they're concerned, that's, enough is enough. They want you to get a little bitty tiny piece of the American pie, a little taste, and then once you get a little taste, it's time to take it away. So every 20 years, 30 years, or whatever, they throw the economy intentionally into a recession, okay? And various presidents, I think it was Andrew Wilson or a number of presidents predicted or tried to warn the American public. Even Henry Ford said if the people had any idea what was really going on, there would be a riot, an instant riot the next morning. So anyway, there's a ton of famous quotations from famous business people, famous politicians trying to warn you guys what's going on. But anyway, now it seems to be time to throw the economy into a recession. See, the economy is not designed actually to become prosperous and successful in terms of allowing everyone to participate. A very small minority of people are allowed to benefit and participate, but not everyone. So what's happening is it's about time to throw the economy into a recession. Some of the things that are going to tilt into recession, and according to design, you run up the deficits to an extraordinary level, over 100% of GDP, and we got $20 trillion, and no way in the hell can that be paid back. And with all the structural deficiencies that are going on in the economy, it's impossible. It ain't going to happen. So you tilt the economy, let it go into recession, or you throw it into a recession. That way you can say, look, guys, I'm sorry. Thanks for working so hard. We want to take back that house now. It goes back to the bank. Take back that car. It goes back to the financing company. And take back any land or whatever you work hard for. And that shit reverts back to a number of people that would rather have the benefit of your hard work as compared to letting you benefit from the hard work. So anyway, when they throw the economy into a recession, that's their way of making sure that there is no major transfer of wealth from working staffs to the wealthy families, the bankers, and the corporate entities that are closely associated with the banking and the financial sectors overall. So anyway, that's the mandate, the unofficial mandate of the Federal Reserve. Now, stupid Trump tweeted that, he doesn't want interest rates to go up, right? Now, this is really ridiculous because the Federal Reserve has to, so I think that's over with, hopefully. Let me try to refocus here. Let me turn my ringer off, first of all, because you guys need to understand this. This is more important than anything else. The Federal Reserve is going to raise the interest rates, okay? Because interest rates have been kept artificially low for a long, long time, and it's time to raise them back up. They're not going to give you guys the benefit of the rate increases because when you go to your local bank, you're still going to get your measly 1%, no more than 2%, right? So the idea is not to help you. The idea is just to make sure that they can charge higher interest on credit card debt and mortgage loans and whatever other loans that are adjust automatically when the interest rates in the economy go up. When real interest rates go up, certain interest rates on debt go up. Okay, that's the way that works. So anyway, that'll be a mechanism for throwing you guys over into a situation where you, because a lot of people live in paycheck to paycheck. So of course this throws you right over into financial crisis of your own, a personal financial crisis. Okay. When the mortgage goes up, the interest rate on the mortgage goes up, and you were barely getting by to begin with. Well, now you're gonna be like, that's gonna ruin your balance sheet, ruin your budgets, right? So anyway, that's gonna be a mechanism to get that house into foreclosure, get it back into the hands of the bank, get it back into the real estate owned department where the bank can keep the equity and resell the house to some other suckers who believe that they were going to actually get rewarded for working very hard and doing what they're told to do. So anyway, Trump is getting angry. He's like, "Really, you're going to you're going to raise interest rates? You're going to penalize the economy?" Of course, they're going to penalize the economy, penalize you guys for all the progress you've been making, for being so productive, working 2 and 3, 4 jobs at a time, and pretty much working around the clock and paying the highest taxes possible. Of course, you're going to be penalized. What else did he think was going to happen? Okay, when they turned over the management of the money, the printing of the money, to the Federal Reserve, they're not subject to being held accountable anymore. Okay, Congress ceded that authority to the Federal Reserve, and Donald Trump really should read The Creature from Jekyll Island so he can figure out what the hell is going on really, so he won't be surprised. But anyway, getting over to Brad Sherman before I forget, Brad Sherman is a congressman from California. That idiot had the nerve to talk about how Bitcoin, the sole purpose was to help with money launderers and tax evaders, right? Well, lo and behold, the crypto dog did some research, and I did my own independent research. I don't just take things for granted when I can do my own research. But the crypto dog gave us the smoking guns that led us to information about Brad Sherman. I found that his major campaign contributor was Allied Wallet. Now, Allied Wallet actually is run by this individual who has 3 different companies. Okay, it's Allied Wallet and 2 other companies. I can't remember the specific names of them, but I think I put it all on my Facebook and YouTube and or Google and my Tumblr pages and everything else, the details. But yeah, this particular company, Allied Wallet, has 3 other entities associated with it under the same owner. Anyway, the FBI investigated and found that Allied Wallet, the owner of the companies, were participating in illegal activities, money laundering and illegal gambling. So it looks like Brad Sherman is trying to accuse us, Bitcoiners, of being involved with illicit drug activities and tax evasion and all this other stuff. But come to find out that his main campaign contributor was actually fined by the FBI and had to cough up $13.3 million because that actually was exactly what they were doing. Money laundering and illegal gambling. And so a lot of that money went into the coffers of Brad Sherman. So Brad Sherman, according to most laws in the United States, actually was in receipt of money that was used for illicit purposes. So that's kind of interesting when the pot calls the kettle black and doesn't realize how his dirty laundry stinks so badly, and everybody in the crypto sphere now is bringing this to your attention, my attention, and everyone else. Now there's like everybody and their brother-in-law is making a YouTube video, a podcast, a blog, writing articles about Brad Sherman. So this is what happens. He's united the community that typically in the crypto space, a lot of people, they can become divisive very easily. You know, everybody has their favorite coin, has their favorite project, has their favorite way of making money, speculating, long-term hodling, or whatever it may be. You know, we can be very divisive and very antagonistic towards each other. But when Brad Sherman came out and said those things, and then we found out that how big of a hypocrite he was, this idiot will be lucky if he gets reelected, let alone investigated by the House Ethics Committee for having affiliations with a company that had to cough up $13.3 million for illicit gambling and money laundering. So anyway, I'm combining these two together because I want you guys to know these idiots in Washington, Donald Trump, Brad Sherman, and a whole bunch of others that we have yet to take a close look at, are all on the wrong page. Okay, cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin is non-stoppable. Okay, the Federal Reserve has a mandate, not by the Constitution, but because Congress, those lazy asses, decided to allow the Federal Reserve to do things that they weren't authorized to do by with the Constitution. So anyway, when you have these unofficial fucking mandates where you're allowing these things to happen, like printing of money and debasing the currency, thus affecting the livelihoods of millions and millions of people in the United States, taxpayers, hard workers. This is what happens. You lose faith, you lose credibility, and Bitcoin is an alternative. Bitcoin doesn't have to do anything special at this point. All we have to do is survive. All we have to do is stick around and stay around. Bitcoin is not in a bubble. It's the pin that pops the bubble. So anyway, this is what's happening. Bitcoin is a viable alternative. It's totally decentralized. There is no central point of attack. So the government officials are going to come out every once in a while. When the Bitcoin price starts going up, these idiots are going to come out of the woodwork. Mario Rubini, Brad Sherman, Federal Reserve people, Jerome Powell, all these idiots are going to come out of the woodwork. They're going to try to knock down the price and keep it down. But look at the timing, okay? They intentionally come out of the woodwork. Each cocksucker is going to step up to the microphone, come out in public and make a stupid announcement. But at this point, it's futile. It's not going to make any difference because Bitcoin has survived for almost 10 years and it's not going anyway. It's not going anywhere. Okay? There is no central person to attack, throw in jail, or ban or anything like that, because as long as there's a RFID signal, a radio frequency signal, as long as there's a Wi-Fi signal, as long as there is a satellite signal, as long as there is a microwave signal, as long as there's Bluetooth, as long as there's some way of getting one message from one person to the other person, we're going to transfer money back and forth. That's as simple and as complicated as it is for the Bitcoin. So anyway, we want to bring this to you guys' attention and let you know that we're to the point right now where they're running scared. They're stepping up to the microphone every once in a while when the price gets high, try to knock it back down. So expect it, look for it, and just make sure that the price of Bitcoin is correlated, or not it's not correlated to the stock market, but it has to do with the deterioration of the dollar. Bitcoin is not going up dramatically all on its own. It's going up dramatically as a result of the loss of value in the dollar. If the dollar loses more value, Bitcoin is reflecting that. So one is just reflecting what's happening with the other. So as the dollar loses more value, loses more credibility, Bitcoin is going to gain more value, gain more credibility. That's all that's happening. So we don't have to do anything, you guys. Just stay the course, hodl, put 5 or 10% of your portfolio in Bitcoin, stand back and watch the circus. Because the clowns in Washington, the clowns in corporate America, the old dinosaurs, gray hairs, they're going to die out. Their voice is going to become less and less meaningful, and we're going to expose them for what they are, you know, who they're accepting money from, and how they're overly influenced by these people who buy politicians like hookers and prostitutes. And we're going to find out, okay, how much power we actually have. Because we do. Because if we didn't, they wouldn't be running scared like they are. Anyway, we're going to conclude this particular session. Hopefully, I conveyed a message to you guys that you can understand and appreciate and hopefully make some sense out of. But anyway, you guys have a great day. Today's Friday. We're going to kick back, me and my wife, and take it easy, spend some Bitcoin, enjoy the independence that we're supposed to enjoy. And you guys hopefully will do the same eventually. So step out of this matrix bullshit system and make sure that you take a look at what's happening in the crypto space, because it's going to become a viable alternative for more and more people. You just got to make sure you realize it, understand it, and embrace it. So you guys have a great day. We'll talk later. Thank you. Bye.